Bitcoin and Litecoin decision time. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Saturday, and I want to wish you all a great weekend. We're going to take a look at Litecoin, take a look at Bitcoin, see where we're at, see the areas we're watching, and try to figure out what to expect. Also, don't forget, we do a drawing for a free t-shirt tomorrow. All you got to do is leave a comment in the comment section down below. That'll get you entered to win. We'll pick a random comment from a random video throughout the week and get with you, and you pick whichever t-shirt you want. There's Litecoin shirts, Bitcoin shirts, etc. So definitely don't forget to do that. And definitely don't forget to check out the free links. We have a free Discord link. It's in the description box below the video. Check that out, and let's get into the charts.
1, 2, 3, jump!
All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind it's still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos, as I do post every day. Also, guys, smash those likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think of the video, and that'll also get you entered to win the t-shirt. So, all right, let's see where we're at here. We're looking at Litecoin on the daily, and we're looking at this as a cup and handle. We have the one. This one I feel more comfortable with. The neckline around the $92, $93 range, and this would be the cup, and then the handle, which we broke down below, which doesn't invalidate it. We still could move up, and the measured move off that, guys, is the 167 area, 167 to 168. But I'm also looking at this here. Look at this neckline at the 106. And looking at this as a possible cup and maybe form a handle here. If that happens, then the target would be 192, somewhere in that area. So anyways, I just wanted to look at that. We'll take a look at these smaller targets here in a minute. All right, so looking at the daily RSI, as you can see, had this rising channel here where we had like a little bear trap. And looks, I think we're going to have another push up, guys. Do we touch the top of this? I'm not sure. It's definitely possible. Let's look at the 4-hour RSI. Whoops, sorry about that. See where we're at with that. All right, so as you can see, I have this. We had this falling wedge that we popped out of right here. Came into a falling channel, broke out of that channel, and got right back into another falling channel. Also, if you look at the blue lines here, we have a rising channel, which we're getting support on the bottom. Now the question is, do we come up here and break through like we did over here, which I do believe is going to happen, or do we break down and come down from here? So we're going to take a look at the price action and see what's going on. I want to thank everybody for all the new subscribers and all the support I've been getting from you guys. This channel has been growing fast, and I couldn't be more happy with it. So I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's been subscribing, liking, sharing. I really appreciate it. All right, so looking at the 4-hour, and as you guys know, if you've been watching my channel, this target here around the 116 area, I'm still looking for. We may even, it's possible we see that this weekend if we do continue up. And how I got that target was measuring this as a flagpole. This is a giant bull flag. And then we take the measured move and gets us to the 116 area. That's the measured move off this flag right here. So that's how I come up with that. Actually, I'm going to keep that out of the way for now. So that's the 116 target. Now we're going to zoom in a little bit and see what else I've been watching here. I'm looking at this as a possible rising, broadening wedge, which usually break to the downside, guys. So we have to be aware we could be, making a move down, but I'm still bullish here. I still am steering towards another push up. So let's look at what's going on here. I have this symmetrical triangle drawn here, which could also be a bear flag. But I do believe if we do break down, it may be you know, a quick bounce from right around the $78 to $79 area and shoot back up and staying within this broadening wedge in the blue that you see in here. But I do have a measured move out. If we take it to where this broke out, measure this as a bear flag or a flagpole, and then this is a bear flag. If we were to break out, you know, somewhere in this area, right around the same range, that comes up to about $77. So definitely keep an eye on that. If you guys are charting, I suggest you start to learn to draw your trend lines and watch it. It really helps with, you know, especially if you're trading. If you're just holding, it's just fun to keep an eye on where it might be going. And you know, anyways, also if we do break down below this blue support down here, I am looking at possibly a retest of this line, which could get us down to, you know, the $72 range. Excuse me. But guys, like I said, I am still bullish, but take a look. I have this line here, which is the width of the falling wedge if we were to drop down from this area. And that target, this is my worst case scenario target. I highly doubt it's going to happen, but actually you can raise it up a little bit now. Would be the $43 to $44 range. That's an absolute worst case scenario in my opinion, because I do believe the bottom is in. But I actually, guys, I'm looking for a break up here. I am definitely looking for a break up here and a continued move up. Maybe test this high again at the 107 and possibly blow through it, go up, get another touch up here, and that would get us our 116. So let's move on to Bitcoin. And this is Bitcoin on the daily. Same thing where I was looking at this as a cup and handle right here, and we made a little handle and continue move up. And the measured move off that was this 84.33, which we already hit. Worked out perfectly. Now the other target I have up here, this 92 or 96, let's just say 9600 range, is just a measured move off of where we broke out of this rising wedge here that I've drawn in the yellow or green or whichever. I'm colorblind, guys, in case you didn't know. So anyways, we just do a measured move of where the width of where we broke out and put it up here, and that gets us to the 96. I'm still looking at that 96 area as a target, possibly this weekend. If not this weekend, we may see it next week if I'm correct there. Let's look at the daily RSI, see if we have room to do it, which we do. If you look at the rising channel we've had drawn here, we have same thing, just like Litecoin, have like a bear trap coming out here. I drew another line on the bottom, using this line, just keeping in line with the bottom. But anyways, right here, it does seem like we're getting support off this bottom of the channel. We could get another push up here, which would create, I'll show you guys real quick, which would be creating another, there we go, shoot, which would be creating another triangle right here, which would most likely, you know, if we get a little push out of it, it wouldn't go that high. But let's look at the 4-hour RSI. And what we're looking at here, obviously we've had this long, let me get this out of the way. This was from, there we go, this rising channel that's been going on forever since December. So, but as you can see, I had this rising wedge drawn here, which we fell out of, and I've also drawn in a falling channel here. Is it possible that we go down and touch this? Yes, and get some support there and continue on up. I'm going to extend this line a little bit, but I believe it's possible we just continue up from here and get another touch here, maybe come down and touch and then back up. But let's look at the price action, see where we're at on that. This may play out before this video is going on, but I do want to show you guys what I'm looking at here. Obviously, you guys know how I got these targets. Now we're going to look at the bearish scenario. And bearish scenario here, I measured this right here as a flagpole, and this is a possible bear flag. Now, guys, I don't think it's going to break down, but it is possible. if it does, we still have our support. Could do a fake out, you know, down to this 69 area. That was our measured move out of breaking out of this channel, this white channel here. And obviously we hit it, but we had that crazy wick all the way down to 6,600, somewhere in that range. But as you can see this here, I have this this triangle drawn here, wedge, whichever you want to call it. But if we do break down, the measured move off that is 6,200, guys. And that's if this 69 doesn't hold. And then we have this other long-term support line right around the $6,800 range, $6,750 to $6,800. So watch for that if we do break out. If we break down below that 6,800, I think we're headed to the 6,200 area, which would also line up with this 200 EMA down here. Now, I want to look at the bullish scenario here, and I do believe we're probably most likely going to pop up out of this. So watch for the break of the 7,500 area. And if we do that, then we might get some more resistance right here around the 7,700 area, which would be the bottom of this channel here. But the measured move using that flagpole would get us up to, I also have this marked, the 8,450 area, which would be the top of this channel. But if we break up, the measured move off of this would be the 8,550 to 8,600. If we do that, that breaks us through the top of this channel. Now, if it's a wick and just comes back down, obviously we may remain in this channel again. But I believe if we come up, we're going to pop up here and test this for support. If we get support, then obviously we continue our move up. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at there. Let me get this back out of the way. And then if we did hold support here, I would do a measured move off of this as a breakout. And that would be bringing us up to the 9,200 range, somewhere in there, guys. So definitely keep an eye on that. Like I said, I hope you guys are learning the charts. I hope you guys are realizing it's a lot more simple than people make it. Don't pay the paid people that are charging you to show you how to chart. There's so much free information out there. You don't need it, guys. Now let's take a look at the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart. And if you're new here, you haven't seen it, you definitely want to check this out. It's extremely interesting, and it's been guiding me along the way to help me out with what's going on. So, excuse me again. This is looking at the Bitcoin chart on the daily. And as you can see, I believe we've had a nice rounded bottom here. This was the all-time high, the 20,000, and I've drawn trend lines from each peak coming down all the way to where he broke down. Then they come out over here, and we'll zoom in a minute and see how they became resistance and then support. Now, keep a close eye on this. Keep an eye on this yellow line up here, and just look at the formation of this. Now, we're going to click over to gold on the weekly chart. Yes, it's a lot. It's a 20-some year period up against a 2-year period, but times are a lot faster now. In charting especially, a formation is a formation. You know, it just is what it is. Human emotion never changes, always works the same. Times are a lot faster now than when gold was, you know, back when gold was used. People didn't have the internet, people didn't have social media, all that stuff, and the easy access to buy. So here's the gold weekly chart. As you can see, the resemblance, and look what happened after we broke out of all these trend lines. It was straight up, and right in here, 2003, March of 2003, the gold ETF was approved right there. And you can see what happened after that. I know a lot of people that say the ETF won't do all that much. That's bullshit. It definitely will. Not saying that it's going to get approved, but I do see some huge news coming if this pattern plays out. I mean, something's going to happen here real soon with Bitcoin. You know, within the next 30 days, I'd say we're going to hear something. Something's going to happen. I believe this is going to happen to Bitcoin. So, what else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, the rounded bottom. One other thing. Hold on a minute. Let me put that back. If you look at this yellow line and go back to Bitcoin, that would get us up to about 46,000. I know it sounds crazy, guys, but I see 46,000 extremely possible by the end of the year. I really do. So we'll see what happens there. But that's my call for the end of the year, 46,000. Anyways, now we're going to look at this as sure looks a lot like Bitcoin, the hyperwave theory. Guys, if you haven't watched the channel before, and the guys I have know how I feel about the hyperwave, I think it's bullshit, absolute bullshit. This looks the exact same. If it was a hyperwave, it would be down to, it would have went down to $50 or something, but it did not. Shot straight up. It's the same pattern as Bitcoin. So now let's zoom in a little bit. If you remember, everybody was talking about, since December, we needed a big capitulation candle. Well, if you look in gold, it never had a capitulation candle. It touched twice on this bottom trend line and then, just shot up from there. Now, if we go over to Bitcoin and zoom in a little bit there. Also, stick around. We're going to check out the RSI and show you why I think the bottom's in. And I've been looking at it since January, so it's playing out wonderfully. But we had 2 touches on the bottom trend line, same thing. Now, if we look at where we're at now, and I'll show you the worst case scenarios as retracements here too. Even though I think we might be done with this retracement here in our, continue our move up in a big way. So anyways, as you can see, like I said, each one of these lines was resistance, became support, and those are lines from each peak to where we broke down at 6,000 coming all the way across. But yeah, the worst case scenario here, guys, 6,600, retesting this trend line right here. And obviously we blew through it over here with this wick and come back up. So, but it's possible come down and get one more retest of it. If that was to break, then we'd be looking at the 5,100 area, 51 to 5,200 area, which would match up with the measured moves that I showed you earlier. But anyways, I don't see it happening. I do believe we're going to continue up from here. Let's look at the RSI. Whoops. Sorry about that. All right, let's look at the RSI. Dang it. All right, we'll look at the weekly. I'm going to show you a comparison from 2013 bull market to the 2017 bull market on the weekly. I drew some trend lines in on both. This is 2013. And as you can see, I drew this trend line down. We got 2 touches for resistance, broke through. And obviously, you know what happened after that. Then we had the 2017 bull run, 2018 bear market, 2 touches of resistance, and we've blown through that. So let's look at the monthly. And if you can check this out, I have these 2 arches drawn here. And I do believe this arch is obviously going to be a lot faster. Times are changing. A lot of good things going on for Bitcoin and stuff. This 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. Each one of these arrows represents a new low on the RSI. We had 4 of them before the bull market began. Same thing, 2018 bear market. Well, 2017 bull run, 2018 bear market. Each arrow represents a new low in the RSI. We had 4 of them just like over there. Although I think this arc is going to play out more like this, guys. It's going to be a lot quicker. That's my opinion. And I do believe there's going to be some huge news coming. I do believe in the show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. You see all the moves are in the charts before you hear all these stories about manipulation, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, click the Crypto Savvy logo above your head or above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes and leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.